24-year-old Nottingham gangster Mason Knight nearly killed his victim after the knife man pulled out his long blade and began to swipe and jab on his own friend, all the while in the small confines of a moving car. While Mason, who is from Chesil Avenue in Nottingham, kept blading his victim, he was heard shouting, "What's my name? What's my name? What's my name?" over and over and over. Mason had carried out the deplorable act by blading his own mate after picking up the victim and a friend outside a pub in Denton on April 26th of this year. The entire incident started when Mason, a woman who drove the car, the victim and his friend were all in the car at the same time, laughing and joking, on their way to a party. The victim had called Mason by the wrong name, and that was when Mason struck. Now, after the blading, Mason then forced his injured victim and the friend to hand over cash, mobile phone, trainers, jewellery, a total of £4,500 worth of items and money placed in Mason's hand. The woman, who was not involved in the incident, she pulled over the car in the Beechdale area, Grassington Road, Barber's Mill to be exact. Mason then graciously allowed his victim and the pal to exit the car. Now, where a friend had taken off his t-shirt and made a tourniquet to stem the free-flowing red that was running from the victim, 999 was called, and both police and ambulance crew rushed to the scene. They arrived roughly within 7 minutes. Now, when questioned why Mason tried to kill an innocent man, Mason Knight explained that he had flipped out and bladed his victim with a machete after the victim called Mason by the wrong name. It was as though something inside the 24-year-old's head had snapped, and at that very moment he was no longer in control of his arms or the hand that gripped the large blade. Now, in order to save the victim's life, half of his leg had to be amputated in an emergency operation just below the knee. Now, Mason knew he was going to be caught. After all, everyone was known to each other. So police quickly tracked down Mason and then arrested him the very same day. Mason was then read his rights and questioned back at the police station before being charged with wounding with intent, 2 counts of theft, and also possession of a blade in a public space. Mason Knight was so unbothered, he was nonchalant. He admitted to each of the charges at Nottingham Crown Court, and Mason was told that he can look forward to a jail sentence of 19 years, 14 years actually being in jail, and a further 5 years on extended licence. Now, the investigating officer described Mason's actions as dangerous, continuing his mindless, reckless decision to do what he did left another man with devastating injuries he will have to live with forever. Remember, because of the blading, the victim lost a leg. Is 14 years too lenient, or is it just right? Let me know your thoughts on the case. Stay safe.